the spiritual essence, the spiritual creations, if you will, not the essence, מובדלות ומתחלקות על פי השתנות הצורה והשתוות הצורה. They get separated and they get changed. And according to the change in the form, there is between them and the equal of the form that is in between them. That means that when two people, and go back to couples, they say, oh, we have a good chemistry, right, between us. Oh, I love the guy, I love him. Suddenly, after a year, you don't love him anymore. What happened? He's not what he used to be. So, wait a second. So it was no love. Because if really was love, love doesn't die. Love remains forever. He changed. Could be. That means that something that he had, maybe it was funny. Now he is not funny anymore. Maybe he had more hair. Now he doesn't have any more hair. Maybe he was taking you out to eat every day or to movies. Now we can't afford it. So when there is an attachment, love with an attachment, and the attachment goes away, the love goes away with that, disappear. But when there is true love, any of the attachments goes away, the love remains. Because the form, the shape was true. וזכור זאת, and remember this, כי זהו המפתח הראשון לחוכמה, because that is the first key to the wisdom. Remember, any wisdom have a key. We want to learn the wisdom of the Kabbalah. There are keys that how things operate, and everything works according to those keys. Like we mentioned before, remember, there is no disappearance in spirituality. Why it's so important that I repeat that there is no disappearance in spirituality? Because everything we do has the fact that the energy does not disappear. When we celebrate Passover, when we celebrate Shavuot, when we celebrate New Year's, when we celebrate Shabbat, for God's sake, the energy, it's still there. That's why it's so important, we mentioned it before, it's so important that we'll keep the calendar, the regular calendar has 365 days and 6 hours. The lunar calendar has 354 days. And the Jewish calendar have to go according to the two of them. So this way, when we celebrate Passover, for instance, it falls within that period of time. Not before and not after, but within that space. It can be. Like other religion, if they don't like the one that celebrates according to the lunar, their holidays go around. They go completely around the regular calendar. One time it's here, one time it's here, one time it's here. We cannot do that. We have to keep it. Why? Because the energy is available at the same time, at the same period of time. Are you okay? Or I'm losing you?
No, I'm okay. Everything's great.
All right. ואתה תבין את סוד הוא שמו אחד. Now you understand the secret that we said. He and his name are one. that we mentioned before. ועניין האחדות הפשוטה שאנו מדייקים כל כך באין סוף ברוך הוא. And also the issue of the simple unity that we so much emphasizing on it that exists in the endless, blessed be he. כי האחדות הזו היא מפליאות כל יכולתו יתברך. Because that unity is from the wonders, one of the biggest wonders of the Creator. כי הנה נתבהר לעיל באור פנימי, we already explained in אור פנימי, ההבדל בין המאציל לנאצל, the difference between the emanator to the emanated, שנתאווה מחמת הצורה של הרצון לקבל, because he was created because of the desire to receive. שישנה בנאצל ואינו במאציל, that exist in the emanated and does not exist in the emanator, meaning in the creator of that. אשר מסיבת שינוי הצורה הוא, because of the change of forms that took place, נבדל הנאצל מהמאציל. The emanated becomes separated from the emanator. Something have to take place. Something took place that because the emanated, let's call it the creation, if you will, all right? Because the emanator is kind of confusing, but there is the emanator and the creation that the emanator has created. The fact that they got separated because the creation was part of the emanator, was part of it, like we all were part of the endless. But something took place, something happened that separated, that it created something new. Something happened that created something new. The old thing that always existed, for instance, in this case, the Ein Sof, the endless, still remain intact until today. Until today, as we speak, there is a place that it calls the endless. But because the vessel in that place, the ratzon, the desire, is the vessel, decided to change, to say, no, I want to do something else. That's why when people do grace, when people do gmilut chasadim, that they help other people and they give charity and so on, it's like doing a new creation. They're going out from what they were, from the shape, the form they were, into a new form completely. אשר מסיבת שינוי הצורה הוא נבדל הנאצל מהמאציל. Because of that change of forms, the creation, the emanated, became separated from the emanator. וקנה לו שם בפני עצמו, להיקרא נאצל ולא מאציל. And he acquired a name to himself. Before he was an emanator, but because he made a change, now he separated himself from the emanator and he acquired a name to himself, and now he's called the emanated. So before was one, now there are two.
Okay. So you're saying the endless disconnected from the Hashem at some point?
The endless was made by the Creator. And the endless did not change his ways or the way it is from the time of creation, wherever that might be. You know, if you look at the Gemara, Masechet Sanhedrin, there are discussions over there how many cycles of creation we have. Some say we have the first, some say we are there will be 7 in total and we are the third, the fourth one. Others say there are 18,000 cycles of 7,000 years. So it's something that we have to go in and really study it to the depth to be able to understand. But the endless always remain there since the Creator created it. But whatever took place after this world that we live in, it's, let's call it for argument's sake, a side effect, okay? Like just for argument's sake. We call it a side effect of the action that the vessel took place in the endless. In that, we're going to discuss that a little bit further, but just the point. In the endless, the vessel, but please understand, when we mention vessel, we mention light. It's all with highly intelligent powers. I mean, let's not compare it to a cup of glass or the water inside of it. I just use that as an example. But we're talking about highly intelligent forces.
So all of these conditions is before the Big Bang. This is before our universe.
Before.
Yes.
All right.
But you know what? I cannot. I was watching this video just a few days ago about the birth of our solar system, the National Geographic. And over there was an explanation that when a star is born, and when it dies, it releases atoms like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon into the space when it dies. And the scientists explained that when the Big Bang hit, it did not create any physical elements like stars do today. It just created time and space.
I don't believe. Scientists think that when the Big Bang took place, they explained that the universe, if you will, I mean, it was everything in a small, compact point, or I don't even know what to call it. And then took a Big Bang and expanded the entire universe the way it is today, billions and billions of light years space, in a split of a second. The world was not expanded in a split of a second. The world appeared. That's why it might look that he expanded in a split of a second. But when something spiritual manifests into physicality, people consider that it expands billions of light years in a split of a second. But it's not so. It's a deeper discussion that it's not the place of time to do that. But we have to understand that there is more to it, and we can't stop and we can't go into it right now.
Okay, we're gonna get there, right? So
but it's not
very
a shame.
interesting. It's very interesting. I just know what's going on. It's very interesting. It's really cool. Okay.
You know, it says there is a big discussion on whether about the third holy temple.
Right.
There is a big discussion about the third holy temple, and people discuss it. A lot of sages keep talking about it. Even today, a lot of Rabbanim keep mentioning that the third holy temple we're waiting. When in reality, if you open Psalms, Tehillim, Psalms 127, I believe it is, it's going to say over there, Im Hashem lo yivne bayit, shava malav bonav bo. If God will not create the house, those that will build it will be useless, in vain. That means that those two temples are not the real temple. We're still waiting for the first temple to come about. Now there is a big organization in Israel that they acquiring donations and money and all sorts of things to be able to build the third temple. They already built a lot of the utensils and things that the original temple had. You can go online and find out more about it. And it's real. But they want to build a temple. Why can't we believe that the temple will appear? We believe in a resurrection of the dead, Tchiyat HaMetim. We believe Mashiach will come. We believe in so many things. Like somebody one time asked me, all right, I believe in the resurrection of the dead. I do believe. Where are we going to put him? Thousands and thousands of years of people rising out of the grave. Where are they going to fit? So I said, wait a second. You're willing to believe in resurrection of the dead already, right? So you can't believe that the world will expand and take all of them? How absurd can we get that we believe in one thing and we don't believe in another? We believe in the ability, in our ability to do something, to build something. But we have faith in God. But can't we believe that the temple will manifest its energy? Everything around us is energy. Why can't the energy just appear, manifest itself? It says that the temple will come down from heaven. The fact that it says that the temple will come down from heaven, it's an indication. You remember what we said? Up is pure, down is less pure. So that means that when it says that the temple will come down from heaven, it doesn't mean that it's going to drop like a meteor out of heaven, boom, right on the spot. No, but it means that it's going to begin to appear, take form, in a physical form, from a spiritual form. If that's possible with the temple, because the temples exist in a spiritual form. The Ramchal, Rabbi Chaim Moshe Luzzatto, speaks about it. He has a whole book about it. The temple exists in a spiritual form. Why can't he not appear to us in front of our eyes? The energy of the temple, the energy of those two temples that were over there, it still exists over there. Because remember, there is no spirit, there is no disappearance in spirituality. If somebody will go today with one of those cameras that specialize to read energies, they very well might see it. I haven't done it because it's a very expensive camera. But yes, why can't the temple appear? We're dealing with energies. If you were reading about the atom and everything else, you